me a moment while I go live on Facebook. We'll be getting started in just a second here. Well, hello friends. Welcome to another episode of the Strategic Swing Trader. I am Sami Abusad. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a great weekend so far. We're gonna get started, take a look at the market, take a look at some swing ideas for next week. But before we do that, as always, a standard required disclaimer to let you know that trading is risky and that whatever I discuss today is for educational purposes only. If you'd like to download a copy of my free ebook, please click on the link in the description below the video. But without further ado, we're gonna get started. Let's go ahead and turn on the charts and get started. If you find benefit in today's video and you'd like to help support our channel, please be sure to hit the like button. Okay, and if you have any questions for us, email customer service at info@t3live.com. info@t3live.com. All right, here we go. So the market had a pretty significant drop last week. Remember, the week before that, I said the bias should be all out bearish. I went over the lower highs, lower lows, right, with you in the previous week's video. And last week we dropped really hard until Thursday. We got to 320, which was that prior pivot, I think, there. So we got to that prior support area on the Qs, about 320 or so, and we bounced really hard from that area. I was hoping we get down to 300, to tell you the truth, this area down here, but we bounced off 200, and we put in biggest bar you can see on the entire daily chart. Okay, biggest bar by far. Not only that, but we even followed through. We got a follow through bar the next day, which was Friday. So that's all bullish. Okay, so here's what we can expect now. First, this low that we got at 320 must hold. If it doesn't hold, then we're in for a really, really long period of selling. We're in for probably a recession if this bar does not hold. Okay, that's what I can tell you with confidence. Okay, so what I'm saying is this should be the bottom for now, and if this bar, the last two bars, get negated in any way, shape or form over the coming couple of weeks or so, then that would be a really, really bearish sign. Now, in terms of where do we go from here, that's not as easy because we have all that resistance above. At the same time, I think we bottomed for now. And again, if we take out the low, then we're lower. But let's say we bottomed for now. Where do we go right back up? No, I don't think that is going to happen anytime soon. But can we go back up to, to here? Maybe, sure, to 370. But it's not easy. We already had a huge move the last 2 days. It's more likely that we would drop a little bit at least tomorrow, maybe the day after. I'm expecting probably a gap down, but I don't know for sure. So I don't think the road back up is going to be easy at all. And I think it'll be hard to even imagine the market going back up to the all-time high. Can we go back up to, to 360, maybe to also 370? Sure. Okay, so what I'm saying is this low should hold. If it doesn't hold, that means we're going to have a prolonged period of selling. That's number one. Number two, on the way back up, it's not going to be smooth sailing. And I think we will have a lot of resistance if we get back up to 370 area. So that would be kind of my next target area. In the meantime, there's going to be a lot of choppiness, I think, and we probably will try to come in a little bit, maybe tomorrow, the day after, but we should not take out Thursday's low. All right, that's kind of a summary of the market. It's not that easy going forward because again we have a lot of resistance above, and the fall from the all-time high was really bearish, and we still haven't resolved any of the main issues that the market was supposedly dropping because of, such as inflation, the question of how aggressive will the Fed be when it comes to raising interest rates, the war, Russia-Ukraine war. So you see what I mean? We haven't resolved any of that stuff either, so I think it's going to be choppy going forward. All right, and the SPY actually had an even more impressive bar on Friday. Wow, that's really impressive. Okay, I can see the market taking this out, Friday's low at some point, but what I don't see coming is taking out Thursday's low. That would be highly unexpected from me, at least for now. And if we do take it out, it means I'm underestimating how bearish the market really is. If we do take it out at any point in the next few weeks, okay? So that remains to be seen. In terms of the list for tomorrow, I have an unbelievable list, but most likely is not most of the items I'm watching, and I have a few hundred items that I'm watching, but really 50 mainly, most likely I'm not gonna go after them tomorrow because we've already bounced for 2 days in a row, so it wouldn't be the right time for me, at least as a swing trader, to push the pedal to the metal. So maybe I would love to see the market retreat a little bit and then see what is still holding up really well, stronger than the market, and then that's what I will go after. So I wish I was doing this video with you, not today, but maybe tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, because I think the ideas are gonna be really good on after we see, because I'm expecting the market to retreat a little bit after the last 2 days. So I think the ideas are going to be really good maybe Wednesday, starting Tuesday, but probably Wednesday, Thursday. And yet I have a lot of ideas to share with you, so let's get started. The list was copied and pasted in the description for your convenience, so you wouldn't have to type it up from scratch. Okay, so here we go. First, this is the #1 pattern that's showing up right now on a lot of charts, which is called the transition A. When the stock is in a downtrend, or the market, and then the 20 MA starts to flatten out, the blue line starts to go flat and starts to point up a little bit, like so, then that's when you know the stock is probably ready to break out. So over this bar's high long, stop under this bar's low. Friday's high low, above it long, stop under the low. You don't even need to put it under the Thursday's low, because that would make for too big of a stop. The problem with this pattern, because I'm seeing it on hundreds of charts literally, is I don't know which ones are going to be work out well, which ones are not going to be work out that well. So I'm waiting for the market. I'm going to wait. The plan is for me to wait for the market to retreat a little bit or consolidate a little bit before I go after stocks that are displaying the transition breakout, the transition A breakout, okay? Because there's too many of them, and if the market comes in and then I find that, oh, here's a dozen stocks that didn't come in with the market, then those will be the names I will go after. But this pattern is pretty prominent right now, so keep an eye out for it. Okay, so we got ACHR. AMPL is not exactly, it doesn't have the 20, so it's just a base breakout. Over the base, stop can put under the base or just under Friday's low. Okay, and then target would be target 1, 26, maybe $26, target 2, about $30, the declining 20 on the daily chart. APPN is going to be like the ACHR, that transition, that, holding the baby, the cradle, right? So that's what I like to call that pattern. So we have the APPN breakout over the base long, stop under Friday's low. Looks amazing, but I'm really hoping that the market goes sideways or even drops a little bit over the coming couple of days, then I'll be able to tell whether to go after something like APPN or ACHR. How can I tell right now? I can't. They both look very similar. And I have a lot of stocks that look exactly like that. Here's the ASPN, right? You see that transition. CHGG, I think, is a buy setup, but it's also a transition. Notice how the 20 was flat and is now pointing up for the first time. So you see what I mean? There's so many. FTCI is another one that's like the APPN, like, you know, like the other stocks I went over. So they all look alike for the most part, not all of them. OSTK, Overstock, is similar also. Okay, so those are the ones that look alike. Let's go over the rest of them. CIEN looks different. CIEN is staying bullish. Really like it as a long-term trade. I was in it and I played it before it reported earnings, which was here, back here. Reported earnings. I was in it already. It's an official play. It was an official play in the newsletter. I didn't want to get out of it. So when the market started breaking down, I had almost no choice but to get out of it. So I did get out of it. A little bit late, but I didn't want to get out of it because it was a 20-year breakout on the monthly chart. Look at the monthly, 20-year breakout. So I didn't really want to get out of it. I did get out of it eventually because the market started breaking down and I knew there's something wrong with the market, but I'd like to get back in it over the base, which is about $70. Stop, give it plenty of room to 65 bucks. So it's a $5 stop, about a $5 stop, okay? On the CIEN, it's a weekly buy setup. A DSKE is a base breakout, so it looks different than the other stocks that I went over. I like it over the highs, whatever the highest point is. It's probably Friday's high, 1170. Stop under the base. Normally, I don't give it all that room, but right now the market is wild. Very, you know, you get big moves every day, so I would give it the room. So all the way down to either 1074 or I think 1085 is sufficient. Don't need to give it to 1074. Okay, on the DSKE, it's not quite at all-time high, but it's really, I mean, it's very bullish, close to the all-time high. The target on this would be about 1450. Okay, on the DSKE. So I like it. Target about 1450. I think we went over the DT. The FTCI is the transition A. Gold is a weekly 1, 2, 3. So check it out. Over that bar's high, long over 2360, stop under 22. Long-term play also on gold. I mean, it's a gold stock, but on the you know, as part of the gold market, I meant. NXGN basing bullishly, so I like it over the base long, which is this bar's high at 942. Stop under the base, which would be about so it's not 1942. Stop under 1850, about a 90-cent stop on the NXGN. OSTK we already went over, and my stock of the year. If you want to know which stock I think is going to the moon, which stock I think is going to perform the best. There might be, of course, a lot of penny stocks that will do way better, but we're not talking about penny stocks here. So aside from penny stocks, I'm picking Palo Alto Networks as the stock for the year. I mean, this thing is at all-time high while the market dropped 20% or so. So I like it. It reported earnings, I think, on Thursday, and it flew, or maybe Wednesday, and then it gapped, sold off. Thursday flew, and Friday to retesting the all-time high. So I really like it, but it doesn't quite have a setup yet. So I'm waiting for a setup on it, but that's kind of the most bullish stock out there. Again, that's not a penny stock, and most penny stocks are bearish anyway right now, but this is a big company that I would like to definitely buy for the long run too. SGLY is a 1, 2, 3 at the all-time high, so it's different than the 1, 2, 3s that I showed you here that are transitioning, like APPN, like all of them, ACHR. Those are transitioning. This is at the all-time high, so it's kind of interesting. Long over $8, stop under 745 on the SGLY. Zillow probably bottomed. If you look at the monthly, down a lot, wide range red bar into support, probably bottomed, and it has a buy setup plus a 1, 2, 3. A buy setup is when you have a pullback, so it has a pullback entry. A 1, 2, 3 is when you have an igniting bar, a wide range green bar, and then a narrow range bar the next day. So it has two. It's a play on a play. I like it a lot. Over $58 long, stop under 55.55, 55.58. Okay, and I like it long term. One can take some here or at 80. I really like it long term. Okay, on Zillow. And now I want to show you a few oil stocks that are pretty bullish. So CNQ, notice how it's basing at the all-time high. That's pretty good. CPG, so those have setups. A lot of the oil stocks are bullish, are, you know, at the all-time high or close to the all-time high, but they may look like this, up a lot and some sloppiness at the end. They don't have that tight, nice, really nice horizontal base. These stocks look better. So I like CNQ, I like CPG, I like HES. They're all base breakouts. And then I like NOV. NOV is not at the highs there, so it's showing a little bit of weakness, but I like the NOV on the monthly chart. Is transitioning on the monthly chart. So there you go. I wanted to share with you one gold stock and then 4 oil stocks and my pick of the year in the PANW, and then a bunch of other transition A setups. Okay, now on to the bearish list. Not as good. I got the AZUL, which is an airline that has a weekly sell setup, probably. Yeah, it's above the 20, so that's not perfect. It's an ADR also, Brazilian airline, I think. So short under 14.58, stop over 15.59, $1 stop. Target about $12. Okay, on the AZUL. Gamble, I think, is like a dollar stock or so. Yeah, it's a $1 stock. It looks lower, but it really needs to break 95 cents first. So under 95 cents, stop over $1.38. Okay. Some brokers don't allow you to short penny stocks. E-Trade is one of them, and I do have an account with E-Trade. But a lot of other brokers do allow you to short penny stocks. TOS, Thinkorswim, is definitely one of them. So on the gamble, I like it. Another low price stock, ORPH, looks lower. Under $1.25 for short, stop over 147. I think it's at all-time low. Yes, it is. So no predetermined target. Okay, on the ORPH. UTHR has a 1, 2, 3 as a short. So I like it under 166 short, stop over 170.09. So it is a $4 stop. It's a big stop, and target on it it broke under support. Really has room, I mean, to 130. It does have a little bit of support at 156 or so, but hopefully all the way down to 130 eventually. So that's a UTHR, and last but not least is the UVE, which, as you can see, gapped down a huge amount about a month ago, not quite a month, 3 weeks ago, I would say. And now it's basing at the bottom of that big red bar. So I like I like it as a breakdown under the base, stop above it. For strategic swing trader subscribers, I picked 1 short and I think 4 longs. So check it out if you want by logging onto your customer portal, or if you would rather just wait for the email for the newsletter, it should hit your inbox by about 7:30 or so a.m. tomorrow morning. So giving you plenty of time to put in any orders you want. Okay, so with that said, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope you have a great trading week next week. I'm Sami Abou Saad from T3 Live. Good trading, everybody. Take care.